Hi, I'm Alexander Svet, your host of Capture One live show, and today we're running episode number 12. Well, that's pretty awesome, and we will talk about raw editing practice. We will just edit lots of images in Capture One, your images, my images. It's just a practice, and also I will be glad to answer your questions about Capture One. Let me check. Yeah, I see lots of people online on YouTube and even some people on Facebook. As you can see, we're back on the old schedule. We're running the show on Tuesday again. Maybe we will change it, maybe not. Actually, you can give me some suggestions. What do you think? Shall we change the time? Maybe if you're, for example, in the United States. Let me know which time would be more convenient for you. Which day would be more convenient for you. Maybe like you would prefer to watch it in the morning or in the late evening. Just let me know. Because right now I think that particular time is pretty convenient for most of my audience. And like, there is one very specific thing about my audience. It's really widespread. I mean, like around 40% of my audience is located in Europe, another 40% in United States, and everybody else it's like Asia and like South America and other countries. Oh, Altric is here. Hi, Altric. It's really great to see the same people coming like again and again. It's pretty awesome. Thank you. Yeah, and I see some people on Facebook as well. Okay, before we will start, let me give you like a regular announcement that first of all, OneStyles.pro film styles for Capture One are on sale right now. Let me change the are on sale right now, and you can buy them with 40% discount. What does that mean? The point is that OneStyles.pro film styles provide just almost really fantastic source of ideas for your like creative work with color. You can buy more than 200 film styles for only $57 right now. I think that's a fantastic deal, just fantastic. And you can also try them for free. Just go to onestyles.pro/try and download 12 styles for free. Try them. I think you would enjoy them. Also, you can save 10% on Capture One license, Capture One for Sony license, upgrade from Capture One 9 or Capture One 10 to Capture One 11. And also, you can save 10% on Capture One 11 license and stylus bundle. Just click Buy Now. Then enter promotional code AMBC1LOCK and click Apply here. You will immediately receive 10% discount. Okay, what do we have else? Oh yeah, and the last thing. Recently, like a few days ago, I sent the new issue of my newsletter, Alexander Raw newsletter. In this issue, you will find lots of interesting information about, for example, what to watch and like tip of the week, and a free raw file for your practice. If you wish to receive all this useful stuff absolutely for free, just go to alexanderraw.com/newsletter, and here you can subscribe to my newsletter. Each week you will receive lots of interesting and useful information about Capture One, a free raw file for editing, and well, just you can it's not just some generic email. It's just email personally from me, and you can always reply to this email, and I will try to reply to your reply, and we could even have a conversation and dialogue. That's pretty awesome. Okay, let's see. Oh, DL is writing, Ciao Alex, greetings from Italy. That's fantastic. By the way, I'm planning my vacation in September. I'm planning to fly to Italy, to Sicily. Because actually, I really love Italy. You have such delicious food. I'm a big fan of your food and nature. Guys, you're awesome. Okay. Sorry for the off topic. Sorry if I'm absent from a long time, but it seems since May, I am altering night shift weeks to morning shift since May, and I am truly missed up, like living 1 week in New York or Chicago, and the other week in Omsk, interesting, and continue to switch from one side of the globe to other. Thankfully, I will be on holiday next week, and I will be able to catch up with all the last episodes. Well, that's pretty awesome to hear that you've been in Omsk. You know, even I'm like Russian. I have never been in Omsk. I've been in many places in Russia, but not in Omsk. It's a pretty far away place. Really interesting. Okay, what we have for today. First of all, I wish to show you the editing of this of this image, which you can download absolutely for free if you will. If you would subscribe to my newsletter, and also you can see some of my previous issues of the newsletter. I think I have shown this image in my Caption 11 review, in the short review. But here, today, I just wish to give you this editing in more of details. By the way, if you were watching my show and you're thinking okay, I pretty enjoy it, what can I do to, maybe to somehow show my appreciation of the show? You can do this pretty easily. Just go to youtube.com/Alexandro. Here, go to videos section. And here you'll find my Caption Pro 11 video review. As you can see, I have right now 69,866 views. You know, it would be absolutely fantastic to hit 70,000. I think that's a great goal. I think that would be a fantastic result for a video about Capture One, because as you can see, even Phase 1 videos, they have much less of views. That's why, if you wish to, just say thank you, Alex, or something like that, just share this video. Share this video with your friends. That's a pretty useful video. Just share it. I would really appreciate this. Okay, and what we can do with this particular image? I think that image is just a great example of what you can do with image where you have lots of warm colors and lots of cold colors on the image. We can just go to colorator and pick some warm colors here, like this. Now let's create a mask from them. We will have mask like this. I will refine it. Yeah, like this. Now I will create the new layer, and I will copy mask from the first layer, and now I will invert it. And also, recently I saw a comment to one of my videos that is it possible to somehow make this process faster? And one of the tips of the week in my newsletter, it was a tip that actually you can select a bunch of images. For example, let's let's see, you can select like a bunch of images, like let's see what we can, yeah, for example, like this. Yeah, you can select a bunch of images, then you can, for example, select a blue color and create a mask from it, and you will see that now Keystone just created the mask from the blue color for each selected image. That's why if you wish to like to work with a group of the images, so that would just like help you with the batch editing. Okay, now we have two layers, layer 1 and layer 2. By the way, you can always change the name of the layer in Keystone, like name sky and just, for example, warm colors, like this. What we can do there? Well, first of all, because you know my styles are not my like OneStyles.pro styles. I'm only part of this team. OneStyles.pro film styles are on sale right now. That's why you can easily apply some of them. For example, let's see what we can do there. For example, for the warm color, I think I would enjoy this one. Apply to selected layer, and now the style is applied here. And also, like for example, for the sky, I would prefer, let's see, this one. Apply to selected layer. Yeah, you see? Now we can only like change it a little bit. Yeah, and this is it. You know, like it looks much better now. But I understand that not all of you have film styles. That's why let's reverse this stuff. Let's go to the original image with two masks. And now let's do something manually. I just wish to show you that if you are using like film styles, well, it's much easier and much faster than do everything manually. But I know that, you know, editing is also like, it's matter not only of the speed of editing, but it's also about some joy. That's why let's do something. Okay, for warm colors, I will first of all I will work with RGB curve. I prefer RGB curve here because I wish to increase saturation of the warm colors here, like this. Yeah. Also, I will change white balance for this particular mask. I will make it a little bit warmer. Yeah, like this. Maybe. Yeah, I think something like that would be pretty nice. Yeah, you see, like now our image looks much more warm, and well, I think that just delivers the real atmosphere of this scene. And here, on the contrary, I will decrease the white balance. Yes, like this. I will add some clarity. And here I will work with the Luma Curve, because here I don't want to increase the saturation of the sky. I think the saturation looks perfectly fine, but I will just decrease the. Not decrease. I will just work a little bit with the Luma Curve. Yeah, something like this. Let's check this. Yeah, I think this editing just makes this image looks pretty nice. But if you were capable of using styles, you can easily achieve even better result, but manually is also the way. Okay, let's see what I have in chat. Oh, Carlos is writing, hi Alex, and Dmitry also. Hi Dmitry. And what we have here on Facebook, yeah. Monica is asking, hi Alex, is there a way to apply Capture One Pro auto adjustments to an existing session from Tethered, like what happens when you import an image? Okay, I see. You mean like if you wish to auto adjust like a group of images, existing images, it's pretty easy to achieve. You can just like go to adjustments, then you're choosing which particular adjustments you wish to auto adjust. Then you're just selecting like all the images, maybe not all of them, but all which you wish to see, and then just click auto adjust, and you will auto adjust all the selected settings here. I personally recommend it to auto adjust only maybe high dynamic range, contrast, levels, and exposure and white balance. Well, it's pretty difficult thing to auto adjust from my point of view. Also, what you could do else, if you have some particular images which you pretty enjoy and which you think would fit like better for your images while you are like shooting Tethered, you can just click here for each tool and save the settings as defaults. And this way, write like pictures when they are just when you're shooting Tethered, in the moment when you will open them in Capture One, like some particular settings will be applied, and you will immediately see some corrections of your image for those tools which you wish to correct, like exposure, HDR, white balance, or for example curve. For example, I usually save as default this preset. It's called 5-point all channels. I have just selected once, and then I just click save as default for my camera. And now, like each time when I'm opening my raw file from this camera, for example, you see like this or this, I have done nothing with them. Like it's just by default. When I'm just opening them in Capture One, I immediately see 5 points all on the curve. Just select 5-point all channels preset, then click save as default for your camera. And this is how you can do lots of things. Okay, now let's go to your images. What we have here. Yeah. For example, this one. There are a few ways of how you can, like, what you can do with such an images. I just wish to show you two approaches to such an editing. Like first of all, you can just work with the feature of non-destructive editing. The point is that you can just increase exposure and the contrast, like this, and then recover highlights. This is perfectly fine because you're dealing with a raw file. You're like, in case you would like deal with a TIFF file or JPEG file in Photoshop, it will be a different thing. It's like it might generate some issues with the quality of your image if you would do the same action in Photoshop. Not in like Adobe Camera Raw or in Lightroom, but in like Photoshop itself. The point is that when you're working with raw file, you can easily do such stuff. It would not like hurt your quality of your image. That's why you can like, that's the first way. Then you can like check the black and white points. Maybe, let's see, I would suggest to decrease the saturation of, for example, let's see, yeah, of the red color a little bit, like this. Yeah, I think now our image immediately looks much better. I maybe even suggest to, yeah, like to do a little bit of additional levels correction. Also, you can use Luma Curve here as well, something like this. Yeah, and you see now our image looks completely different and everything fine with the quality, with other stuff. The second way to deal with such images, you can just do some basic editing like this, and then go into layers. Just draw okay, just draw a mask like this, a little bit more accurate. I'm not accurate right now at all. Something like this. Refine it. Refine mask. You see, I'm making like a right click and I'm showing you this menu only for one reason. I'm just showing to the like to the new users of Capture One how this stuff work. Actually, like if you're experienced user, just go to Edit Keyboard Shortcuts, go to Other, here Layers, and set your personal hotkey for Refine Mask tool. Like it's really important. It would save you lots of time. Just for example, in my case, it's Ctrl plus R key, and well, you see that it's much faster. What you can do there? Okay, now we have this mask, and I will do mostly the same editing which I have done before, but I'm doing this only on the layer, and that delivers a little bit more accurate editing from my point of view. You see, like we have edited only the face of the girl, and that's why like the overall image looks, I think, more natural. Plus, you can create a new layer, copy mask from the first layer. You see, now invert it. Again, I highly recommend you to use a hotkey for this, to set your own hotkey. And now let's add some clarity here, like this. Usually, I'm trying to avoid of editing clarity to like kids' faces or you know, like, or even like teenager faces, because well, it would just make them harsh, you know, like this. You see, like, well, I don't think that it would look cool. Maybe in some situations, but in general, I'm trying to avoid it. That's why I'm adding clarity to the overall image, but I'm not affecting the face. Yeah, I think it also looks pretty nice. Maybe we could even add some additional saturation here. Yeah, something like that. Let's see how it's going on our Yeah, I see more people online. That's pretty nice. Let's go further. Here is another example of the same stuff, of the same methods. It's just like you can also use the same methods. You see, I'm just increasing exposure and then adding some HDR. That is perfectly fine. Don't worry about this. Even phase one developer suggests to use this method. And you know, when I see images like this, I think that that's just like a perfect image for a pretty specific edit. If you are printing your images, I highly recommend you to print your images on a specific metallic paper. That's a fantastic paper. This paper, it delivers a very specific metallic look of your print. And you know, like when some of my friends or acquaintances or just guests at my house, they see my prints on the metallic paper, they are really impressed. You know, like because you know the like big size prints, they always impress people, but when they see like prints on metallic paper, they are really impressing. That's why, in this particular case, I would recommend you to go to black and white, and let's work with sliders a little bit. Yeah, like this. Now I will crop the image a little. Let's work with the picture. Yep, something like this. Let's see. You know, let's try to make an experiment here. It's pretty risky thing, but let's try. I'm not sure that I will succeed in this, because, well, it's just my idea, and I'm not sure that the caption engine would deal with this pretty fine. But let's do this. Like this. By the way, this is another interesting trick. When you have selected all the borders, just click Fill Mask, and you will immediately fill the mask. Well, this part also shall be filled, but I think that there are some maybe missing parts which I missed when I was like drawing this mask. Okay, now no problem. Now I am refining the mask. You see, yeah. And now, yeah, let's try to the building, no, the editing affects the building, that's why it would not look so good. But yeah, okay, in this case I think like what we could do else there, I think we could use some color balance. You know, starting from Caption 11, color balance now works with the black and white images, because like previously in Caption 9, 10, and all the previous versions, Caption color balance wasn't available for layers, but starting from Caption 11's, Caption developers fixed something in the engine of color balance, and now you can color tone your images right from this tool. And I wish to, you know, like to add something like this. You know, on the screen, I don't think that this editing would really impress you or something like that, but try to do something like this and try to print this image on the metallic paper. That would bring you a pretty interesting experience of viewing. Oh, Peter is here. Peter is writing, "Hello, Alex." Hi, Peter. Okay, let's go to the next image. Also, when I see images like this, for me, it's always like a great chance to work with masks and with color, because I see here, you know, like absolutely like a strict difference in color, and that means only one thing, that I can easily create a mask, for example, from green color, like this, and my mask is really the mask which I wish to have. I will refine it just to make it as accurate as it's possible. Now, let's copy this mask, invert it. Okay, what we can do there? Let's look at this image. I like the composition of this image. I mean, like this row. That's a pretty common trick, but it works. It works, you know, like this row just leads your eyes through the image. That's pretty nice. And I like, you know, like I'm pretty sure that the goal of the real editing is just to develop the features which are already in the image, and you shall just develop them to develop the potential of the image. Okay, let's add some clarity. You see now this composition tricks looks even more noticeable. Yeah, like this. I will also add a little bit of contrast. Maybe I will decrease the saturation a little bit, and let's work. I'm working only with this part of the image right now. Maybe I would even change the color. Yeah, like this. Yeah, I pretty enjoy. Yeah, maybe something like that. Now let's work with the Luma Curve. Let's a little bit. Yeah, you see how we just increased the depth of our image just right now. And what we can do else? I think that's in general that's fine for this part of the image. But let's go to the first layer and let's see what we can create with this green grass. Okay, I will just check my styles just to see, just in a search for maybe some interesting idea for color correction here. Let me see. I see some interesting variants here. Yeah, I think I will go something this way, but because, well, I can just apply the style and change the opacity like this, you know, like this, and change the opacity. Yeah, you see. But I will go a little bit different. I will, first of all, I will edit this part of the image with Luma Curve a little bit, and with maybe I will warm the white balance a little. Also, I will increase the saturation. Maybe not all the saturation, but let's select the green color, and we'll increase the saturation of green color, or maybe decrease. Let's see. No, I would prefer increasing. And now let's work with color balance. Let's all. I'm just trying to find, some interesting color for this grass. Okay, let's try this way. Let's try to decrease the saturation of the green color and achieve the general atmosphere with color toning. Let's do this way. Yeah, like this and that. And now, because the result is really intensive, I will just decrease the opacity of this layer. Yeah, maybe even like this. Plus, I will add clarity, a little bit more of clarity. Yeah, in general, I like the atmosphere, but there are lots of options what we can do there. Now let me show you some of my images, and we will return to your images. I think on the next show with raw editing practice. By the way, if you wish to see your images edited live, just go to alexonra.com/upload, and here you can just upload files to see them how I would edit them in one of the next live shows. You can easily upload your images. All these images were uploaded by my viewers. Now let's find some of my images which I wish to show you. I have lots of images, because I'm a professional photographer and I have really lots of images to show you. But I'm just trying to find something for the mood of today's episode. Let's see. I'm also checking for some questions. Feel free to ask questions. That's perfectly fine. Oh yeah, about the black and white. Maybe there will be an image for this. Okay, or this example. Sometimes when I'm working with the image, sometimes you're not sure about the final result. Sometimes you have like image inside your head. You can imagine the final result of your editing, but that's that not happens in all the cases. Sometimes you can just create the new layer, and for example, it's pretty obvious that you need to make the shadows a little bit brighter, recover some shadows. and that's why you can just create a new layer without the mask and just increase shadow slider here. The point is that right now you don't see anything. Here's a simple reason why, because we didn't draw any mask yet, and that's the point. If I will take a brush and I will start drawing, I will immediately see the effect, you see, because I'm drawing the mask, and on this layer I have already increased the shadow slider. And this is how you can work with your images sometime. You can like draw and immediately see the effect of your action, because usually you're doing this differently. Yeah, usually you're just like creating a mask and then applying something to it, but just think that maybe in some cases you can do this vice versa. You can just add some settings and start drawing. Also, after this you can add something else. You can refine the mask. Yeah, like this. Let's even erase some not accurate parts here and refine again, like this. Plus, you can always change the opacity of your editing. Or, for example, if you think that on some particular parts, like here, the result is too noticeable, then just let's erase these parts, like this. Yeah. You can even work with levels on this part of the image. I will work with white point here. Yeah, pretty interesting. You can even work with color now. For example, and you see we're not hurting the skin tone. We're just working with the selected area. Yeah, like this. Yeah. I think now it looks just much more interesting. And just keep in mind that you can sometimes you can just add something and then draw. And actually you can do the same with styles. For example, when you have like an image, you can create the new layer, apply on this layer anything like this. Oh, no, so sorry, not like this. Like apply to selected layer, right? And you right now you will not see anything because we don't have a mask on this layer. But when you will start drawing, you will immediately see the effect. This is also like the feature of styles in layers. Yeah, like this. You see, like, it's pretty interesting. Okay, let's see. Oh, and when you're traveling and having some interesting, like walk around the city, you might take image like this. And here's a great trick which just might help you to deal with such an images. As you can see, you have some problem with the perspective on your image. You see, like there are some lines, and they looks not really straight. And just go to this tool called Keystone and set the lines of the keystone straight on the lines on the image. Click apply. Yeah, and you will immediately gain a much more accurate image. Plus, on such an images, you can always get an interesting effect if you would use black and white, or you will just decrease the saturation of the image. If you would work with Luma Curve, and maybe color balance just a little. Like this. Maybe a little bit of HDR as well. Yeah, and cropping. Oh, and by the way, here's another interesting trick here. You see, my crop tool, my crop window, it's locked inside the frame of the image. You see, like it's just locked. But if I wish to crop outside the image, there is a specific option for this, called crop outside the image. When I'm selecting it, I can crop outside the image. You see, like this, for example. Of course, I would have some dark areas on my raw file, but well, you can easily deal with this with retouching in Capture One or in Photoshop. Yeah, you see now, I think now it looks better, and let's create the new variant for this. By the way, do you familiar with the variants concept? No, that's a pretty useful thing in Capture One. Let's see what we have in our chats. I see some questions on YouTube. I will answer them right after we'll explain this feature of the variants. Variants, it's a fantastic tool for having different variants of editing for a single picture. For example, like this, you see, like I have like an original image, and here's my edited image, and I can right-click, create a new variant that would create a completely new variant without editing, or I click to clone variant. This way, I will clone my image with existing editing, and I will for example, experiment with that a little bit. Let's change something. Like this, you see, and now I can just compare them. Okay, I can even select both of them or 3 of them. Just keep in mind that this option of multi-view shall be turned on. And then if you're holding Shift key, you can even zoom them simultaneously, at the same time. I think that is really convenient thing. And also you can choose which variant would have more important position. Just go to image. Oh no, sorry, not image. Where we have it? Wow, yeah, image. I was right. Go to image. Then just pick variant would move it to the first place. If you just wish to promote the variant, for example, you would promote it one position upper. And if you wish to demote it, you can just easily demote it. What is also really important to say about image variants is that variants are absolutely virtual thing. They don't store some specific some additional space on your hard drive or something like that. And here's the question from Carlos, and actually that's a pretty common question. That's why I think it's really important to answer this. Carlos is asking, why after development in Capture One I choose edit with Photoshop, the colors I see less saturated than in Capture One? There are few things which you need to know. First of all, when you're working with your image, just check this option, View, Proof Profile, and make sure that here you have set Selected Recipe option. What is it all about? The point is that this option, like here you're choosing with which color profile you're viewing your images in Capture One. Like, for example, right now I see my image with the color profile settled in Selected Recipe. For example, right now you see like my color profile is as RGB, but I can set anything else and I will immediately see the difference. For example, if I will set some Phase 1 gray profile, I will immediately see the difference, but only in case if in my proof profile I have set Selected Recipe. That's why, for example, if you have set here like Adobe RGB, right, and you are processing with sRGB, yeah, there might be some difference. Also, like if you wish to be 100% sure, just click this option, Show Recipe Proofing, and you will also see your image with all the settings which you have set in your recipe. But if you're using this option, Edit With, where it is, yeah, Edit With, just make sure that the color profile in your processing settings here and in your proofing is the same. Also, keep in mind that there can be a slight difference in the images when you're viewing them at not 100% zoom. For example, if I will open this image in Photoshop right now, sorry, no, not this. Let's. I wish to process them full size, like this. Yeah, and if you will compare them, you might see not in all the cases, but in some of the cases you might see the slight difference in the picture, and there is a really simple answer. The point is that we have a pretty big image, and in Photoshop you see like it's like 25% zoom, and the same in Capture One, like it's not 100% zoom. And in this case, applications they're using different algorithms of creating of this preview. I mean, like you understand, yeah, like to see the image in 25% view, 25% zoom, like the application, it has to generate the special preview like this. You see, it's like it's not 100%. Like it's not the real image. It's just like a small preview, and the algorithms of this of generating of these previews, they might be different in Photoshop and in Capture One. That's why when you're looking at preview of your image, there might be some small, like there might be like a really slightly difference, not something really noticeable, but in some cases, yeah, it might be noticeable. But if you will zoom your image at 100% in the both applications, you shall not see any difference. At 100% zoom, they shall be 100% equal. If there is some difference, the problem is on your side, not on the software side. I mean, like maybe you have set the wrong IC profiles, maybe in Capture One preferences of color you have set some some specific rendering intent, well, I highly recommend it to leave perceptual here. There are some reasons why it might be. Okay. I think we have time maybe for one more image. Let's see. What we have interesting there? Oh yeah, I just wish to show you one trick which I really enjoy. You know, when I'm telling to my students that it's pretty useful to work with black and white points in layers. You know, most of photographers still thinking about black and white points as the general correction of the image. But for example, take a look here. You see, on this particular example, I can't achieve some fantastic result with the correction of the black point, because if I would do this, like using the regular way, the standard way, what I would achieve, yeah, like my areas like here and here and here and there, they looks pretty fine. But I have lots of areas which should be darker. They should be darker, but I can't fix it with the general level settings. What I can do there, I can go to layers. I can draw a mask on this particular part of the image, like this. Let's refine this mask just to make it more accurate, like this. And now I can easily set the new black point for this particular parts. And here is a great question, but how I would determine the position of this point? And here you see, when I'm moving my mouse cursor, I see this yellow, like not yellow, orange line. You see on the histogram. I'm just moving my cursor, and you might see the orange line. And for example, it told me that like on the histogram, like my cursor in this particular moment, it's just showing the position on the histogram. And now, for example, I see this particular place, and I understand how I shall move my black point to make this particular place look darker. And I will do this like this. Again, like you see that that here and there my correction is more powerful than I expect. That's why I can just easily erase, like maybe this. Let's set the opacity on 15. Let's like erase the mask from this really dark places here, like there, and maybe here. I'm just erasing from the places where I see that the areas are really dark, like this. Now let's refine the mask again. Yeah, like this. And now take a look. My mask delivers a really accurate correction of the black point, which is impossible to achieve without layers. This is the feature of black and white points in layers. I think that's a pretty nice ending of our today's episode. Just wish to remind you that if you wish to see your images edited on the live show, just go to alexandra.com/upload and upload your images. Also, I again just just ask you to share my Caption 11 review. It's really useful review, and I spent like a few weeks recording this and preparing this review. And also, if you wish to receive like a newsletters from me, just subscribe to my mailing list. Go to alexandro.com/newsletter, and you can save 10% on Capture One using this code AMBC1blog, and just try 1000.pro film snaps. They are right now on sale, big sale, 14% sale. Thank you very much for being there, for watching, for asking questions. It's really important for me. I think our new schedule is like now we're running the live shows on Tuesday again. That's why see you next Tuesday. Thank you, folks. Take care. Bye.